The great hall of the alien station was silent. It was not an empty silence. It was the kind that pressed against the mind. Hundreds of alien leaders stood in wide circles under the glowing ceiling. Their armor reflected soft blue light. There, many kinds of eyes were fixed on one object placed at the center of the room. A diary. It looked small and old. Its cover was dark and worn. Strange symbols were carved into it, faintly glowing like dying stars. No one touched it now. No one wanted to. Everyone in the hall knew the truth. This diary was forbidden. The alien queen sat on her high throne, calm and powerful. Her long silver crown shimmered as she slowly leaned forward. Her voice, when she spoke, was cold and clear. "Whose diary is this?" Her words echoed across the hall. No one answered. Some aliens looked away. Others lowered their heads. A few stepped back without realizing it. Even the strongest warriors felt uneasy. This diary carried history, dangerous history. Names had been erased because of it. Worlds had burned because of what was written inside. The queen's eyes narrowed. "This object was found in a sealed human sector," she continued. "It should not exist. Someone must claim it." Still, no one moved. The silence grew heavier. At the back of the hall stood a single human. He wore no armor, just a simple dark uniform. Compared to the massive alien leaders, he looked small, fragile, easy to crush. But he did not look afraid. He watched the diary closely. His face showed thought, not panic. His hands were calm at his sides. The queen noticed him. Humans were new to the Galactic Council. Weak bodies, short lives, too emotional. That was what most aliens believed. Humans survived by luck, not strength, yet. This one stood still. The queen raised her hand. "If the owner does not step forward," she said, "all humans present will be punished." A low murmur spread through the hall. The human felt eyes turned toward him. Fear filled the air. Other humans in the room froze. They did not look at the diary. They looked at the floor. The diary suddenly pulsed with light. Once, twice. The glow grew brighter. Several aliens stepped back in alarm. Weapons powered on with sharp sounds. Ancient warnings echoed in many minds. The diary was reacting. The queen stood. "Enough," she said. "Whoever owns this diary, step forward now." Time slowed. The human took a breath. Then he moved. One step. Gasps filled the hall. Another step. The human walked past towering alien leaders, past creatures of stone and steel, past beings who could tear him apart with one hand. He stopped in front of the diary. "I will take responsibility." The human said. His voice was calm, clear, not loud. The hall exploded with noise, shouts, cries, angry words, in a dozen languages. The alien queen raised her hand again, and silence returned. She stared at the human. "You claim this diary?" she asked. "Yes," the human replied. "You understand what this object represents?" the queen said. "Wars, lies, erased truths." "Yes," he answered. "And you still step forward?" she asked. The human nodded once. "I do." The diary reacted again. Its glow softened. The symbols shifted, almost like they were breathing. The queen's eyes widened slightly. That reaction had not happened before. "Interesting. You are human." The queen said slowly. "Your kind avoids blame, avoids punishment." The human looked up at her. "Not all of us," he said. Whispers spread again. Quieter now. The queen descended from her throne, each step measured. She stood just a few meters from the human, towering over him. Power radiated from her presence. "Why would you risk everything for this?" she asked. The human looked at the diary one last time. "Because someone must," he said simply. The queen studied him in silence. For the first time since the diary was found, she felt uncertainty, and that disturbed her more than the diary ever had. The great hall did not calm down after the human stepped forward. Even in silence, The air felt sharp. Alien leaders whispered to one another. Some stared at the human with open anger. Others looked at him with something new, curiosity. No human had ever stood in the center of the council chamber like this before. Not without chains. The human stood straight. He did not kneel. That alone shocked many. The alien queen remained still, watching him closely. Most beings bowed without being told. Power demanded it. Fear demanded it. This human did neither. You stand before the highest authority of this galaxy, the queen said. Why do you not bow? The human answered without raising his voice. I respect power, he sighed. But I do not bow unless I have done wrong. The hall reacted at once. Some aliens hissed. Others growled. A few guards took a step forward, weapons ready. The queen lifted her hand. No, she said. Let him speak. Her eyes never left the human. You claim responsibility for the diary, she continued. Then you will answer for it. The diary lay between them, glowing softly now. The symbols no longer flickered in warning. They moved slowly, almost peacefully. The queen noticed. So tell me, human, she said. Did you write this diary? No, the human replied. The queen raised an eyebrow. Then why claim it? The human took a breath. Because humans protect what we carry, he said. Even if we did not create it. That answer caused confusion. Aliens were trained to deny blame, to shift responsibility. Survival meant avoiding guilt. Humans, it seemed, were different. The queen circled him. Slowly, do you know what happens to those who claim forbidden artifacts? She asked. Yes, the human said. They are questioned, she said. Broken, yes. They are erased from records, she continued. Yes. And yet you still stand, she said. The human met her gaze. Yes. The queen stopped. Walking. For the first time, she felt something unexpected. Annoyance, not anger. Not fear, annoyance. Because the human was not reacting correctly. She turned to the council. This diary was sealed for centuries, she announced. It responds to him. Explain that. No one answered. A tall alien commander stepped forward. This may be a trick. The commander said, humans deceive. They pretend weakness. The human looked at the commander. If I wanted to deceive, he said calmly, I would have stayed silent. That statement cut deep. The queen signaled to the guards. Bring the truth scanner, she ordered. A floating device moved into the center. Its surface shimmered with light. No being could lie under its scan. The human did not resist. The scan began. Light passed over him. Once, twice. The device made a clear sound. Truth confirmed. The hall erupted again. The queen's expression hardened. Interesting, she said quietly. She looked down at the diary. Open, she commanded. Nothing happened. The queen frowned. She gestured toward the human. You, she said. Touch it. The human hesitated only for a second. Then he reached out. The moment his fingers touched the diary, the symbols flared bright white. The diary opened on its own, pages turning without wind. Gasps filled the chamber. Images appeared above it. Stars, ships, old symbols. Ancient memories. The queen took a step back. This should not be possible. You did not create this, she said. Slowly, yet it answers you. The human withdrew his hand. Humans listen, he said. Sometimes that is enough. Silence returned. The queen stared at him, her mind racing. This was not bravery. This was not foolishness. This was something else. Control. She straightened. Human, she said, you will remain here. The guards moved closer. You have passed the first moment, she continued. But this is far from over. The human nodded once. I expected that. And deep inside the alien queen, a dangerous thought formed. What if humans were never weak, only patient? The alien queen did not speak for a long moment. The great hall waited. Guards stood in a wide circle around the human. Their weapons hummed softly, ready to fire at a single command. The diary lay open on the floor, its pages turning slowly as if alive. The Queen stepped forward. "You have surprised this council," she said. "That alone is dangerous." The human did not reply. He knew this was not a question. "You claim responsibility," the Queen continued. "Then you will be tested." A low sound moved through the chamber. Every alien understood what that meant. Tests were not fair. Tests were not gentle. The Queen raised her hand, and the lights above dimmed. The walls of the hall shifted, metal, moving like liquid. The open space shrank. The room became smaller, closer. "This is not punishment," the Queen said. "This is judgment." The floor beneath the human changed. A circle of glowing symbols formed around him. Old symbols. Symbols used long before humans reached the stars. The human looked down but did not move. "You will answer 3 trials," the Queen said. "Fail one, and your species loses protection." A sharp breath moved through the human section of the hall. The human raised his head. "I understand," he said. The Queen nodded once. "The first trial," she said, "is fear." The lights vanished. Darkness swallowed the hall. The human could not see the guards, could not see the Queen, could not see the diary. Then the voices began. They were soft at first. Familiar. Regret, loss, failure. Images formed in his mind. A ruined city, human ships burning, faces he could not save. The Queen watched closely. Most beings broke here. They screamed. They begged. They denied. The human closed his eyes. He did not fight the images. He accepted them. "Yes," he whispered. "We fail, often." The voices grew louder, angry now. "You destroy everything." "Yes," the human said. "Sometimes." The Queen's eyes narrowed. The darkness faded. The hall returned. The symbols beneath the human dimmed. "Fear acknowledged," the Queen said, "not rejected." "That was unexpected." "The second trial," she continued, "is obedience." Metal. Restraints rose from the floor and locked around the human's arms and legs. He did not resist. "You will kneel," the Queen ordered. The command was absolute. The restraints pulled downward. The human felt the pressure. His knees bent slightly. But he stopped. "I will not kneel," he said calmly. The pressure increased. Cracks formed in the floor. "You defy authority," the Queen said. "I accept authority," the human replied. "I do not surrender my will." The hall shook. The restraints suddenly released. Several aliens stepped back in shock. The Queen said nothing, but her hands tightened slightly. "Obedience denied," she said, "without aggression." That was worse. The final symbols ignited brighter than before. "The third trial," the Queen said slowly, "is truth." The diary rose into the air. It opened to a page covered in ancient text. "This diary holds a lie that shaped this galaxy," the Queen said. "Speak the truth written here." The human looked at the page. His eyes moved slowly. The room waited. Then he spoke. "It says humans were blamed," he said. "But we were not the ones who broke the alliance." A sharp sound filled the chamber. Warning lights flashed. The Queen's breath caught. "Continue," she demanded. "The alliance fell because someone feared human choice," the human said, "not human power." The diary glowed violently. Alarms echoed. The Queen raised her hand to stop everything. Silence returned. She stared at the human. "That truth was erased," she said quietly. "Yes," the human replied, "but it was not destroyed." The diary closed itself and floated gently back to the floor. The symbols vanished. The Queen turned away, her mind racing. "You have passed the trials," she said at last. The hall froze. "But," she continued, turning back, "passing does not mean freedom." The guards closed in again. The Queen looked at the human with a new expression. "Caution. You will stay," she said. Because if this truth spreads, she paused, the galaxy will change. And for the first time, the human realized the danger was no longer his life, it was the truth he carried. Asterisk. The diary did not move. It rested on the floor between the human and the alien queen, silent now, as if it had already said too much. The great hall felt colder. The guards remained close, but their weapons were lowered slightly. No one spoke. The queen finally broke the silence. You have revealed a forbidden truth, she said. Now you will explain it. The human looked at the diary again. He did not touch it this time. The diary does not belong to one person, he said. It belongs to a moment. The queen turned slowly to face the council. This diary was written during the first contact era, the human continued. When humans and your kind first spoke as equals. Murmurs spread across the chamber. That era ended in betrayal, an alien elder said. Humans refused to obey galactic law. The human shook his head. No, he said. Humans refused to surrender choice. The queen's eyes narrowed. Explain, she ordered. The diary began to glow again, softer than before. Pages turned. Slowly. Images formed above it, clearer now than ever before. The hall watched history unfold. Alien ships and human ships flew side by side. Leaders met without weapons. Trade routes opened. Knowledge was shared freely. Then the images changed. A secret council, shadows, alien leaders speaking in whispers. They feared humans, the humans said, not because we were strong, but because we asked questions. The images showed humans refusing a command, not attacking, not rebelling, simply choosing a different path. That was unacceptable, the human continued, to those who ruled by control. The queen's expression tightened. The images shifted again. A false report. A broken treaty. A staged incident blamed on humans. Gasps echoed through the hall. This diary was written by an alien historian, the human said. One who believed truth mattered more than loyalty. The queen stiffened. Name them. She demanded. The diary showed a symbol. An ancient royal mark. The queen's breath stopped. That mark belongs to my bloodline, she whispered. The hall erupted. The queen raised her hand sharply. Silence. She stared at the diary, her thoughts racing. You are saying, she said slowly, that my own ancestors hid this truth? Yes, the human replied, and erased the one who recorded it. The diary trembled. That historian was executed. The human continued, their name removed, their work sealed. The queen took a step back. This is impossible, an alien commander said. Our records are pure. The human met the commander's gaze. Records can be cleaned, he said. Truth is harder to kill. The diary's glow deepened. One final image appeared. A lone alien standing before a younger queen, offering the diary. The queen turned away. She remembered the story. A traitor. That was what she had been taught. The human spoke again. They were not a traitor, he said. They were loyal to the future. The hall fell into heavy silence. The queen closed her eyes briefly. When she opened them, something had changed. Why show this now? She asked the human. Why step forward? The human answered honestly. Because lies grow heavier with time, he said. And humans have learned what happens when we ignore them. The queen studied him. You gain nothing from this, she said. The human shook his head. Truth is not about gain, he replied. It is about responsibility. The diary slowly closed itself. The glow faded. The queen looked around the hall. Many aliens avoided her gaze now. Others looked uncertain. This information cannot leave this chamber, an elder said urgently. The queen raised her hand. No, she said quietly. It cannot be buried again. All eyes turned to her. If this diary exists, she continued, then the galaxy stands on a lie. She looked at the human, and humans stood under that lie for generations. The queen straightened. "Guards," she said, "remove the diary to the inner vault." The guards obeyed. Then she turned back to the human. "You have shaken this court," she said, "and you are not finished." The human nodded. "I know," he said. The queen's voice dropped. "Because now," she said, "the greatest danger is not the truth." She paused. "It is what comes after." The inner chamber was silent. No guards stood inside. No council members were allowed. Only the alien queen and the human remained, separated by a wide-open floor and heavy air. The diary was gone now, sealed deep within the vault. But its presence still lingered. Truth did not vanish just because it was locked away. The queen stood near the tall windows, looking out into the stars. For the first time in many cycles, she felt uncertain. "You should be afraid," she said without turning. Around. The human remained still. "I was," he answered. Before I stepped forward, the queen turned slowly. "And now?" she asked. The human thought for a moment. "Now the fear has a shape," he said. "I can face it." That answer struck deeper than the queen expected. She walked toward him, her steps slow and careful. "Everything I was taught," she said, "tells me humans are unstable, dangerous." The human did not argue. "Some of us are," he said. "So are some of yours." The queen stopped in front of him. "You stood before my court," she said, "and exposed a lie tied to my bloodline. Do you know what that means?" "Yes," the human replied. "It means you must choose." The queen's eyes narrowed. "Choose what?" she asked. "Truth," he said. "Or comfort?" The words stayed in the air. The queen felt anger rise. Not toward the human, but toward herself. Toward the silence of generations. Toward the stories she never questioned. "You humans speak as if choice is sacred," she said sharply. "It is," the human replied, "because we lose it easily." The queen turned away again. "My people believe order is sacred," she said. "Without it, civilizations collapse." The human nodded. "Order without truth collapses faster," he said. The queen said nothing. She looked at her reflection in the glass, tall, powerful, certain. Or at least she had been. "How did you know?" she asked quietly. "How did you know the diary would respond to you?" The human took a slow breath. "Because humans keep records of failure," he said. "We study our mistakes." That diary carried regret. Regret recognizes us. The queen felt a strange tightening in her chest. No alien had ever spoken of regret as a strength. "You shock me," she admitted. The human gave a small nod. "That seems to happen often," he said. A pause followed. Then the queen did something no one in the galaxy had ever seen. She lowered herself. Not a bow. Not submission. But she sat, equal level. "You could have stayed silent," she said. "Lived safely." "Yes," the human agreed. "Why didn't you?" she asked. The human looked at the floor for a moment. "Because silence protects lies," he said. "And humans have paid too much for that already." The queen studied his face. There was no pride there. No hunger for power, only resolve. "You do not seek reward," she said. "No," the human replied. "You do not seek revenge." "No. Then what do you seek?" The human looked up. "A future where this does not happen again," he said. The queen closed her eyes. For the first time in her long rule, she felt small. Not weak. Small because the galaxy was bigger than her control. "You have placed me in danger," she said. "Yes," the human answered. "So have I." The queen opened her eyes and laughed softly. A real laugh. Quiet. Surprised. "You humans are strange," she said. The human allowed a faint smile. "That is what keeps us alive," he said. The queen stood again, taller now, but changed. "We'll leave this chamber alive," she said. "That is my decision." The human nodded. "But do not mistake mercy for peace," she continued. "Many will resist this truth. I know, the human said. She stepped closer. From this moment, she said, humans will no longer be treated as silent partners. She paused. They will be watched. The human met her gaze. We are used to that, he said. The queen turned toward the door. One last question, she said. If the galaxy turns against you for this truth, will humans stand? The human answered without hesitation. We always do, he said. Even when we stand alone. The queen stopped. For the first time, she believed him. News did not spread loudly across the galaxy. It spread quietly. Across star systems and trade routes, whispers moved from ship to ship. Something had happened in the High Council. Something involving a human. Something involving the truth. No official statement was released. That alone frightened many. In the Great Hall, the council gathered again. This time, the mood was different. Seats were filled, but voices were careful. No one laughed. No one argued loudly. The alien queen entered. All stood. She took her place on the throne, but did not sit immediately. Her eyes moved across the chamber, measuring reactions. Begin, she said. An elder stepped forward. The diary must remain sealed, the elder said. Its truth threatens unity. Another voice answered. Unity built on lies is weakness. The council froze. The speaker was an alien General 1, known for loyalty to the throne. That changed everything. The queen watched silently. Then she turned her gaze toward the human, who stood once again among giants. No chains, no guards holding him. Just presence. Human, she said. Step forward. He did. No fear followed him now. The queen addressed the council. This human passed trials none of you were asked to face, she said. He stood for truth without force. A murmur followed. He is dangerous, someone said. Yes, the queen replied calmly. But not in the way you think. She rose from the throne. Humans are unpredictable, she continued. They do not always obey. They do not always agree. She paused, but they do not forget. Silence filled the hall. You call that weakness, she said. I now call it memory. Some aliens shifted uncomfortably. The queen gestured to the center. This council will decide, she said. Do we continue treating humans as minor partners, or acknowledge what they are becoming? A sharp voice spoke. They are fragile. The human looked at the speaker. Yes, he said. That is why we value survival. Another voice followed. They lack discipline. The human nodded. Double quotes. Yes, he said. That is why we adapt. The queen watched carefully. The human did not insult. He did not threaten. He answered simply. A rare thing. The queen raised her hand. The diary revealed the truth, she said. But truth alone does not shape the future. She turned to the human. Your kind will be watched, she said, studied. The human accepted this. That is fair, he said. Your actions will define you, she continued. They always have, he replied. A pause. Then something unexpected happened. One by one, alien representatives lowered their heads slightly, not a bow, but acknowledgement. The room shifted. Respect. Uneasy, careful, but real. The queen felt it. Humans will be granted observer status across all major councils, she declared. Shock followed. Observers had influence. Observers learned everything. Is this wise? An elder demanded. The queen answered without hesitation. Wisdom does not come from control, she said. It comes from listening. She looked at the human again. You will return to your people, she said, and you will tell them this. The human nodded. What should I tell them? He asked. The queen considered. Tell them, she said, that the galaxy is paying attention. The human allowed a small smile. We noticed, he said. Laughter rippled softly through the hall, nervous, uncertain, but genuine. Then alarm sounded. A sharp, sudden tone. The hall lights flashed red. An officer rushed forward. "Your Majesty," the officer said, "several outer systems are rejecting council authority." The Queen stiffened. "Reason?" she asked. "They claim the truth has already spread," the officer replied. "And they want answers." The Queen closed her eyes briefly. "So it begins." She opened them and looked at the human. "You see now," she said, "truth moves faster than power." "Yes," the human said. "It always has." The Queen turned to the council. "Prepare," she ordered. "The galaxy is changing." As the hall filled with movement and urgency, the human stood quietly. He knew this moment mattered. Humans were no longer ignored. They were no longer underestimated. And that made the future dangerous and hopeful. The human ship moved away from the alien station in silence. No escort followed. No guards watched. That alone showed how much had changed. The stars stretched ahead, calm and endless. Inside the ship, the human sat alone. He did not feel like a hero. He did not feel victorious. He felt tired. Truth had weight, and he had carried it long enough to know that. Behind him, far across space, the alien queen stood in her private chamber. She watched the same stars. For the first time since she took the throne, she did not feel above them. She felt part of them. The galaxy was already shifting. Messages arrived faster than her advisors could answer them. Systems questioned old laws. Ancient alliances weakened. Some rulers resisted. Others listened. And always, the same question returned. Why did a human step forward? The Queen turned from the window and faced her council. "They ask why," an elder said. "They fear what this means." The Queen spoke calmly. "They should," she replied. "Change is never gentle." She thought of the human again, not powerful, not loud, but unmovable. The council chamber was quieter now. Arguments had lost their sharp edge. Even those who opposed the truth spoke with care. "The diary remains sealed," an elder said. "But its meaning does not." "No," the Queen agreed. "It never will again." She dismissed the council. Alone once more, she allowed herself a moment of honesty. She had ruled through control, through order, but control had blinded her. The human had not demanded anything. That was what frightened her most. Back on Earth, the human finally returned home. He did not speak publicly. He did not give speeches. He simply returned to his life, but the galaxy noticed anyway. Human ships were approached with caution now. Human words were weighed carefully. Human silence was no longer dismissed. A message arrived on the human's terminal. It bore the mark of the alien queen. No guards. No threat, just words. "The galaxy is uneasy." The human read it once, then typed a reply. "So are humans." The Queen read the message and allowed herself a small smile. Days passed, then weeks. Then the first request came. An alien system asked for human mediators, then another and another. Humans did not command. They listened. They asked questions. They remembered. The diary stayed locked away. But its lessons spread freely. Power without truth creates fear. Truth without force creates change. One final council was called. The Queen stood before all races. "The galaxy will move forward," she declared, "not under one voice, not under one throne." She paused, but together. Her eyes moved to the human delegate. "Humans will walk beside us," she said. "Not behind." No one objected. That silence meant more than applause. Later, as the stars drifted quietly outside her chamber, the Queen reflected on one moment, one human step. One choice. She realized something then. Strength was not domination. Strength was standing when silence was easier. Far away, the human looked out at Earth's night sky. He thought of the diary, of the Queen, of the moment everything changed. He did not regret stepping forward, because someone always has to, and sometimes that someone is human.